Good afternoon and happy Monday, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Josh Green. Here we've got a nice look at our backyard at Doak Campbell Stadium. You can see we've got some partly cloudy skies on this Monday afternoon. Currently, we are sitting at 82 degrees, partly cloudy, winds coming out of the south at 9 miles per hour. At our satellite and radar, you can see we've got a lot of precipitation down to our south in the Gulf of Mexico right here. Out to our west, over by New Orleans, we see this strong line of showers coming across the southeast, and we're going to get to that later in the segment. Here we've got Florida, lots of moisture. We're going to talk all about that and this nice wall of storms coming through. For tonight, cool temperatures, 71 degrees, a bit foggy as we go into the morning with winds coming at 11 miles per hour. And tomorrow, 75 degrees, and we've got a cold front coming. That's going to be the main topic of this show. Cold front coming, beautiful end to the week.
Hello and welcome to FSU Weather. We have a nice look at our Doak Campbell cam one more time. See, it's not the prettiest today. We don't see that as huge peaks of sunshine and blue skies, but look a little bit closer. You see a little bit of light going through on our camera here tonight. It is currently partly cloudy and 82 degrees. I've heard about that cold front in the overview. Get to that in a little bit, but those temperatures still not really affecting cooler temperatures, at least. Still sitting at 82 degrees. With a little bit of southerly flow, which is helping out bring that heat from the south and the Gulf of Mexico. Lots of moisture going into Tallahassee and anywhere in the Big Bend region right now. Not too much rain associated with it much at all. So we have a lot of cloud cover outside, but not a lot of precipitation to go along with it, as much of that is going out farther to the east around Jacksonville and Daytona, anywhere along I-95. See a little bit, still got a lot of moisture still coming from the Gulf of Mexico as well. And then something we're going to talk about for much of the night tonight is this cold front that is slowly lining its way up to possibly make it, or that is going to make an impact, I should say, heading into all day tomorrow. We'll have a consistent rain fest expected tomorrow. So get those rain jackets out, get those umbrellas out, and be prepared for it. This is also going to be something to look out for with severe weather as well. Even though this is a thin line of storms, when you have when you have a big massive temperature change in such a little distance and over a little gap, you're going to have a lot of severe weather, a lot of convection with that system. And as much as we are excited for those cooler temperatures, it's going to be a rough ride to get there with the wet weather as well. But now we're still dealing with that sweltering heat. 86 up in Bainbridge, 82 in Tallahassee, and still reaching up to the 81 at the coast in Apalachicola. That's thanks to the onshore flow from the Gulf of Mexico. 8 in St. Mark's, 9 in Tallahassee. It's not enough to really make a difference to say it's really gusty outside, but that breeze is still bringing up tons of moisture that we're expecting, maybe even tonight, but especially throughout the day tomorrow. And that's all thanks as well to this sweltering dew point. We saw some fog this morning. Fog occurs when the dew point actually reaches the temperature, which is actually very unlikely in most cases for the most part. But 74 in Tallahassee, 76 in Apalachicola. Anywhere you have them in the 70s or 60s, especially the 70s, is going to be sweltering and uncomfortable. A little bit of rain passing through the area throughout the night tonight, and tomorrow, there's that main cold front passing midday tomorrow. That's something else to look forward to. As you look into today, tomorrow, definitely look for most of the rain coming through at around 3 p.m. tomorrow and a little bit later. So we got that rain scheduled for tomorrow, but look at that. Afterwards, we're looking at sunshine for most of the rest of the week. Should be nice. If you look at those lows, they get down to the mid-50s and even 60 degrees. But now, we're going to toss it on to David.
Thank you, Evan. Yes, changes are on the horizon over the next couple of days. We are going to have a cold front pass through the southeast. It's actually already made its way through the southeast. You can see these temperatures back here, Little Rock at 74 degrees, and here in Jackson 67, right about right here where you see the temperature contrast. This is about where the leading edge of the cold front is, and it's going to make its way into the southeastern Florida, not the whole way through Florida, but it's going to make its way at least to central Florida. And here are the dew points that show that contrast once again. You can see the cold front here where we have dew points, 58 in Jackson, and here in Montgomery, Alabama, 69. And get down here in Tallahassee, it's still up there, very muggy at 74. So you can also tell what the cold front is by the winds. You have winds ahead of the cold front out of the south here in Tallahassee at 9 miles per hour. And here in Atlanta, out of the south-southwest at about 8 miles per hour. When you get behind the cold front, though, you can see the winds shift out of the northwest. And winds actually do pick up 16 miles per hour in Little Rock. And that's going to usher in that cooler air from the north over after tomorrow here in northern Florida. And here on the radar, you can see the leading edge of the cold front with the showers and thunderstorms. There's actually a severe thunderstorm warning just east of Mobile in Escambia County, Florida, and Baldwin County, Alabama. And here is the outlook for the thunderstorm outlook for tomorrow. There is marginal risk for severe weather through Alabama and southeast Mississippi, all the way up into parts of eastern Kentucky and Tennessee, and up there into West Virginia. Over the next 24 hours, here is the progression of the cold front. Lots of moisture ahead of it coming out of the Gulf, which means once this comes through, things will clear out and will be great. Tonight's forecast, lows behind the cold front in the 50s and in the 70s ahead of the cold front. And tomorrow, forecast highs, 80s in Florida and 70s and behind the cold front once again. I'm going to hand it off now to Evan, who's going to have a look at the tropics.
Thank you very much, David. Yes, we still have a tropics segment. It's been a very busy 2020 for us here this season. As well, this is only, if you remember correctly, this is only one out of 2 seasons on record ever since storms were ever named, starting in 1950, where we have gotten to the Greek alphabet. It has been a busy season nevertheless, and the other season was 2005 as well. We've gotten to Alpha and Beta. It's been a while since we've seen Beta, actually. That came across early last week. It's been a whole week of no storms, which has been great news for us. This is something in the Pacific, which is not to worry about. Most of the spaghetti mountains, which I'm showing in a second, go out to the west. Currently, it is not traveling. It has winds of 30 miles an hour. See the system in the core, not really too well defined. You see a lot of convection on the outside here, all around it, but nothing too much centralized. You see a little bit of a huge convection boom really at the center of that low pressure center. But so far, still trying to get itself a little bit more together, still trying to get a little more organized for itself there. There's the spaghetti mountains still moving this way out to the west, out in the Pacific. That's going to be maybe worries for Hawaii and possibly anywhere the Pacific countries out way there. It is not a worry for us here in Tallahassee. It should not cross over to Mexico. But this is already in the Atlantic for right now. This area to watch is just south of the Caribbean, just south of San Juan and Puerto Rico. There's definitely an area to watch. Good news is, yes, it hasn't formed yet, but it is going to be very likely. Most of the models show and have this preparing for itself to maybe become a hurricane status and heading, as you can see, quickly off into the Gulf of Mexico, which is a very bad condition for that. Very bad condition for us, but that's something we've been, I know, prepared for and always looking out for. Hurricane season does not end until November 30th. November 30th. And today it's not even October still. So we still have plenty of a season left for these storms to come through, even though we have a cold front coming through. So definitely, please do be prepared. This isn't something that's going to be with us for a while. It's all on our 7-day. We're still expecting those sunny skies out for the next up for the next week after tomorrow. But this is something to look forward to probably in 2 weeks or so or now, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, as this pattern that's called a gyre, which I'm going to get to a little bit later in the show. But basically, it's a huge trough or a low pressure center, which basically has this system basically favorable to move up into the Gulf of Mexico. So it's something we're going to have to look out for on future shows. But for now, we're going to go off in, with an environmental video with Lindsay.
What is up, Tallahassee? I'm student meteorologist Lindsay Parmet, and welcome back to another FSU environmental update. Today's topic, we're talking about H2O, fresh water, baby, that drinking water. Let's get into it. So we're going to start with what types of water are there? Well, to start, there's ocean water. Ocean water is salty water. We cannot drink ocean water. Ocean water is not potable. However, as we make our way into groundwater and frozen water, these are both potable options because they're considered freshwater options, as well as some lakes, rivers, and streams. So now you may be wondering, where does the fresh water come from? How do we get the fresh water? I'll tell you. We get our drinking water from aquifers. Aquifers are underground. So as you'll see in this diagram, the aquifer is found underneath the ground, where the groundwater is from that previous slide that we had just looked at. And you may be wondering, well, how does the aquifer get refurbished? All through the water cycle. As you'll see, the ocean will evaporate, clouds form, and it rains. And that rain will then percolate into the ground, and it will fill up the aquifer, and that's how we get our drinking water. So now, a great segue into that is the water comes to us through the pipes, but pipes aren't always the safest route. As we'll see, in Florida between the years of 2012 and 2015, 50,000 Floridians were exposed to lead in their drinking water due to the pipes. And now that could cost massive amounts of money to fix, but not only could it cost massive amount of money to fix, but it's also harming Floridian citizens. Lead consumption can cause massive organ problems as well as brain damage and learning disabilities. Now, we can also look at this through Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan had the same scenario where harmful pathogens were in their water. However, the people of Flint, Michigan are still experiencing this today. They don't have potable drinking water. They don't have potable shower water. Overall, it's a really terrible situation to be in. And right now, a lot of the people in Flint, Michigan are experiencing brain damage because of this. So let's take a quick look at this graphic. This graphic shows what type of pipes can contribute to your water and how it could contribute to your overall health. So we will see that lead lines are most likely to cause damage, second coming in with copper. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, wear that mask. Bye, guys.
Environmental piece. Now, let's look at some more national temperatures here. We'll start on the northeast. Boston, 70 degrees. Moving south, we see a bit of a warming trend all the way down to Tallahassee, sitting at 82. If you take a look right here, you see this strong line. It's like a color differential. That signifies our cold front that will be moving through the area starting tomorrow and into the later of the portions of the week. Moving south, we've got San Antonio sitting at 78 degrees. A bit cooler as you move up towards the Great Plains and Bismarck over here at 62. And moving to our west coast, Salt Lake City sitting at 69 degrees. Now over on the west, we've got very high temperatures in San Francisco, 94. That's very bad for those fires that we've seen on the California coast recently. Looking to our west at our current dew points, very dry, also not good conditions for those fires that we've been seeing out in the west. Looking towards the east coast more, we've got a bit higher dew points, a bit more moisture in the air. We can see that line, which is signifying our cold front. The dew points are significantly drier behind the cold front as they are towards the front of it. And we've got, here we go. There we go. Now we got it working. All right, satellite and radar on our national scale. Southeast, we've got a lot of moisture. Here's our cold front line, bringing lots of moisture to the entirety of the seaboard, starting with our area and then more towards New York and Washington later in the week. In the west, we've seen those dry conditions. We can tell by those dew points that there's not a lot of moisture in the air over there. Upper level water vapor, we can see some moving in from southern Canada down into Denver area. More towards the south, not a lot of vapor at all. And on our east coast, here's that strong line of moisture, especially towards central and south Florida. We see a lot of moisture down there as well. Here's some active alerts. Down here, just some flash flood warnings, just right on the Gulf of Mexico. Over here towards the west, we can see those fire warnings, which are always present with that dry air that we see. All right, and here's the northeast. We've got pretty dry conditions over in New York. We can see some moisture that'll be moving up from the Atlantic into the Boston area. And towards the mid-plains, we can see a bit of moisture that's moving through Minneapolis, Chicago, and St. Louis. Other than that, not much to see over there. And here's Florida. The bulk of the moisture is where we are right now. We can see a lot of it's just moving from west to east right now. So as the day progresses, that'll most likely move off the coast. And this strong line of storms will move down towards Tallahassee and central Florida starting tomorrow. Here we've got today's storm outlook. Here we go. Moral of the story right here. We've got this long line of strong storms right in front of the cold front, and a little bit towards the more front of it, we see a little bit of moisture. And for tonight's forecast, we've got very high temperatures down in South Florida. As we move a little more towards the central part of the U.S., those temperatures decrease. That's a general thing we see in the fall. Out towards our west, it'll still stay pretty warm relatively in California. And up towards the north in the Denver area, 48 and 46 will be pretty low. And for tomorrow's forecast, we see a very similar trend. In the south, we've got warm temperatures, and they cool as we move towards the north. And in the west, we've got very high temperatures. And now I will pass things off to David.
Thank you, Josh. Yes, there's a cold front on the way, and it's obvious on our graphics tonight. We're going to take a look now at Tallahassee. Here's a live look from Doak Campbell Stadium. You see the sun setting off here in the west, and we have a variety of different clouds out there. It seems like mostly cloudy out there right now. We've had some scattered showers in the area. Currently now the temperature is 82 degrees under partly cloudy skies, and ahead of that cold front we have a south wind at 9 miles per hour. And here you can see showers and storms ahead of the cold front right here. This is the leading edge of the cold front, just now entering into central Alabama and parts of southeast Mississippi. And over here in the east coast you can see sort of showers and thunderstorms that have formed due to the winds coming off of the Gulf and bringing moisture across the panhandle and central parts of Florida. Current temperatures around the Big Bend area. Currently in Bainbridge it is 86 degrees, Thomasville 81, and here in Tallahassee it is 82 degrees. So what do those dew points look like? It is muggy out there still. We're waiting for that cold front to arrive to bring these dew points down. Currently in Bainbridge, a dew point of 69 degrees, in Tallahassee 74, and up here in Thomasville 73. That will all change over the next 24 hours actually as that cold front approaches the area. The winds are out of the south ahead of this cold front, 8 miles per hour at St. Mark's, Apalachicola. Out of the southwest now at 9 miles per hour, and up here in Thomasville at 7 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. So here you can see the approaching cold front approaching our area over the next 24 hours. Tomorrow afternoon, the leading edge will pass by. There'll still be some cloud cover behind there, and most of the bulk of the rain by 6 p.m. tomorrow will be located over near Jacksonville and central parts of Florida. So what's that forecast look like for tomorrow afternoon? 12 p.m. There'll be some fog lifting slowly because it'll be foggy in the morning, so you have temperature about 71 degrees. And as the day goes by, temperatures will not get up into near 80 or whatever because the storm's coming through the area around 3 o'clock and ending later in the evening. And here's our extended forecast. Tuesday, we do have probably 100% chance of rain, but after that, temperatures will drop down, and we'll have highs in the upper 70s, mid-70s, and those lows at night will be very comfortable in the mid-50s to upper 60s. And if you like, you can go to a football game on Saturday, it'll be about 75 degrees with a low of 60. And I'm going to pass it off now to the desk with Evan.
Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much for the local look, and always a beautiful view from our Doak Campbell cam at the beginning of that. But we're here at the desk to talk about something called a gyre, which is a strong component of hurricane season. Yes, I'm sorry, I said the H word again. But anyways, it is still around. Just notice on the tropical segment, we do have that area of interest that is just off the Caribbean, which could follow a pattern, or it could follow a path which is caused by something called a gyre, which is basically a large, like centralized, how do I describe this, trough, which basically in its most simplest form causes a lot of rain. And it's also called, more specifically, a monsoon gyre, which monsoon, if many of you guys know, there's monsoon seasons out in the tropics, out further like in India, out in the tropics regardless in general. Anywhere around there, monsoons are associated with rain, and these gyres, first of all, bring a lot of rain to Central America, any of those Central American countries, Nicaragua, Honduras, Mexico even is a part of it as well. Just from the pattern of, and it basically deals with patterns of winds. Winds pushing a bunch of moisture onshore, winds pushing a lot of storms in separate directions, and more importantly, storms pushing hurricanes toward the American coast. We do have a southerly flow that kind of just barely comes up from just off the Yucatan Peninsula, which is just off the coast of Mexico, and there's a lot of southerly wind that comes up with that in this gyre that forces any kind of storms up from that area, from the southern tip of Mexico, and kind of, as I said, has that southerly flow and comes up right into the Gulf of Mexico. And then what comes next? It comes right into Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida. So storms feed off this moisture, and this is something we could see that this new area of interest could definitely come into this area, which is something definitely to look forward out to next week. But for now, we're going to head back off to David with more look at Florida and see how much moisture we're getting over there.
Well, Evan, thank you. Yes, we're going to get a little bit more moisture through the area, but afterwards it's going to dry out after tomorrow. Currently, the temperatures around the Florida Peninsula, anywhere from 82 here in Tallahassee, 79 in Jacksonville, a little bit more cloud cover, and there's actually some rain showers occurring there now, so the temperatures are on the lower side. Same for Gainesville at 78, and you get down to West Palm Beach at 79, there's some cloud cover and showers there. In Miami, 83, and if you're a fan of Key West, it is 86 degrees currently. So here is the rain showers I was talking about over Jacksonville and along Daytona area and down in West Palm Beach, keeping those temperatures sort of on the lower side. And this is all ahead of the cold front, which the main line is actually the front part of the cold front is up here. But because the winds are out of the southwest, it's bringing moisture from the Gulf and creating showers and thunderstorms over the peninsula currently. And here in South Florida, you can see around Fort Myers, there's some showers and thunderstorms. And across to West Palm Beach, and it's cloudy in Miami with showers there as well. And what are the temperatures going to be in Miami? Are they going to get into that cold front? Probably not this one. It's a little early in the season. Miami expects temperatures of 89, 87, 87, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with scattered showers and storms. What's it going to look like for Tampa? It looks like they might get a taste of the cold front. It looks like they have a high of 79 on Wednesday. You got 86 for tomorrow with showers and storms. And when you come to Thursday, high 82. Orlando, same thing. Showers and thunderstorms tomorrow when the cold front approaches. And cooler temperatures again on Wednesday and Thursday. And here's the radar for Central Florida. You can see those showers and storms moving from west to east. And up near Jacksonville also from west to east as that moisture flows off the Gulf of Mexico. Jacksonville, they will get on the cold front, but before that, they will have a 100% chance of rain tomorrow and high of 84. Temperatures will dip down to 77 for a high on Wednesday and 80 on Thursday. And Pensacola, they will definitely get in on the cold front. They have a high of 74 tomorrow. The cold front will have passed by tomorrow, so rain chances will decrease. And it looks like beautiful sunshine for Wednesday and Thursday for Pensacola. And a few satellite picture, one last satellite picture for the for Pensacola area. Western part of the Panhandle, you can see showers and storms ahead of the cold front. Tonight's forecast, tonight's lows are, Tonight's lows in the 50s in northern Florida, and tomorrow's highs you can see in the upper 80s in South Florida, and 70s in the Panhandle. I'm going to hand it off to Josh now for a look at the local weather.
Thank you, David. All right, here's tomorrow's forecast high temps. You can see Florida, very high temperatures all throughout today. Okay. And, here we go. Here's FSU. Here's a nice take a look at Doak Campbell Stadium, just like we showed at the beginning of the show. Still pretty partly cloudy out there this afternoon. And currently, it is now sitting at 82 degrees, partly cloudy with that southerly wind at 9 miles an hour. All right, satellite and radar. Here we go. Here's our nice piece of cold front moving through right now. Alabama, moving through Mississippi soon. That'll get right into Tallahassee area starting tomorrow and in through tomorrow night. For our national, we've got that dry weather sitting all across the west, bringing those bad conditions for fires in California. Very dry conditions out into the Great Plains and towards the East Coast. We can see this very large string of thunderstorms moving across into the eastern seaboard in Florida. Current temperatures in our area right now, Tallahassee sitting at 82 degrees, Quincy 84, Bainbridge 85, and Thomasville 81. Very similar conditions throughout our viewing area right now. And our dew points, as previously mentioned, these are very muggy conditions. They're very close to the current temperatures, meaning tomorrow we can see some fog in our area. And as for our wind speed and directions right now, we see a southerly wind coming off the Gulf Coast of Mexico, which is bringing in those very muggy conditions. And for the next 24 hours, here we go. We can see this rain system moving right through Tallahassee, which is going to have those very cool and dry conditions that follow. And for our daytime forecast for tomorrow, 12 p.m., here's that fog that we mentioned because of those high dew points that we're going to see. So if on your way to class tomorrow morning, if you see some fog, that's the reason why. And we've got stormy conditions as the afternoon continues. And as that cold front moves through, we'll slowly see those conditions get a lot better and those cool temperatures come through. And for the week ahead, we've got Tuesday, tomorrow, we've got those very rain-filled conditions. And as we move through the rest of the week, you can see that it clears up a lot as we get into our weekend and our football Saturday to watch those Noles take over. All right, and now we're going to pass things off to the desk.
Thank you very much, Josh, for that last local look. And seeing that we have many bright skies ahead as soon as we do with that cold front that is coming in through tonight/tomorrow all day long. So be prepared. Stick that umbrella out. I hope we haven't been a broken record for you guys here at home hearing the words cold front so much. We'll have to keep a counter on how many times we've said that during the show. But it is the main story. It is still a main threat. And we could see some severe showers with that heading into tomorrow. That is definitely something to look out for, too. So please stay off the road if you can. Obviously, you have to if you have to go to and from work if you need to do that and dropping off kids and stuff like that. But be careful. Bring an umbrella with everywhere you go. And then we can get through this, obviously. I know it's Tuesday, and yeah, Tuesday is going to be gloomy, most likely, definitely tomorrow. But brighter skies on the horizon. The rest of the 6 days, we're looking at perfect sunshine, maybe a little bit of clouds in those, but with the temperatures going down to the 50s and 60s, that'd be a good time to finally get a run in, get some exercise in if you're not. Yeah, David wants to get some exercise in, I see in the background. It's the perfect time when you finally won't be able to sweat at night with that very muggy dew point. The dew point will be going down, which will be great. You'll be feeling nicer, and we'll be feeling great when you exercise. So stick with us here on FSU Weather and follow us on all of our social media outputs, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which just got reinstated recently. It's going to be a very interesting show tomorrow, taking a look at that cold front live on the radar, on the Doak Campbell cam as well. So stick with us into tomorrow. That'll be something to look out forward to heading into tomorrow at 6 p.m. Same time tomorrow right here on FSU Weather. But for now, and heading into tonight, I hope you have a great night. Have a great night. Stay prepared. And as for me, I'm student meteorologist Evan Thompson, and have a great night.